number one draft pick, and we are live from the Anajar Levine Studios. You know what we do on Thursdays, right? Everybody? No? We cut into everybody else's show, and we bring the internet to your radio, man. It's your boy K-Witt once again from the Rec Room Sports crew. And I got the game with me today, man. It's really happening. Real life, top tier podcasting on your radio right now. I got Bobby G. I got AP Allen Perales in the building. I think we're going to talk about the draft. And then, of course, we got to get into this playoff basketball. LeBron is like 107. He's carrying everybody on his back right now, and it's looking wild as the Rockets are trying to not go home. But look, man, I'm going to go ahead and do the things. Make sure you stay locked in. It's your boy K-Witt. It's Rec Room Sports Radio. Let's go.
This is Rec Room Sports. Olympians carrying the torch, going where they don't go. We ain't lost. From the optics to the topics, we got this with synopsis. Think outside the boxes like Jay on the mic or your boy K-Witt. Joe is my coach, T-Sweat on the mix. All sports, even if you catch fish like Nate Diaz catches fists. You need to catch this episode, it's a can't miss. We go live and you should subscribe and X's and O's. We made our plan, yo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We back. It's your boy K-Witt. It is the Rec Room Sports Radio Show from 4 to 6 p.m. You are locked into the best internet podcasting can bring to you right here from the Anajar Levine Studios on ESPN 690. Now, I know normally we get to hear Freddie Coleman, Harry Douglas, my boys, my uncles and them, but today we take over. And right now I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to the crew like I always do, man. So first and foremost, I got my boy in the building. Of course, Cleveland is home, but Las Vegas is on from Sports Time 216 and several other things that involve the Audible Sports Podcast. We got Bobby G. Bobby G, what it do?
Cleveland, stand up. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Let's go, Cavs. How about that?
Cavs.
How about that?
Wow. Very rarely do we get an opportunity to somebody say, let's go, Brownies. But we appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you. And, of course, my boy in Oklahoma, live from Norman, we got four-time podcaster Rookie of the Year. We got AP Allen Perales in the building. AP, what it do?
Yo, not 100% today, but, I'm not going to miss an opportunity to come on here and have some fun with you guys today. So hope everybody's having a good day today.
Of course, man. And, we appreciate you. This is kind of like your flu game a little bit. You're going to tough it out like Jordan. And I see him in the background. He's ready to go. He had his pills. He had his lunch. And we're going to talk basketball and football with him. One time for my guy, Uncle Scott Colbert. Uncle Scott.
What's up, guys? That was Thursday.
Yeah, welcome. And, of course, guys, you know how we do. Normally, I got some headlines, but I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. So last week, the draft was happening. And, of course, y'all know what it is, man. Pittsburgh hosted the largest NFL draft in league history. Over 805,000 fans packed out the North Shore Point State Park and the surrounding areas pretty much for 3 days, man. And we got all kinds of picks, all kinds of players from the top to the bottom, from number one all the way to Mr. Irrelevant was on full coverage. So the biggest thing that we have to talk about, of course, eventually is Ohio State. That's right. The Buckeyes led all schools with 11 total players drafted. And somehow, some way, if they were eligible, I think they could have got about like 2 more. The SEC set an all-time conference record, producing 87 draft picks and the most in any conference in NFL draft history. Alabama and Texas A&M followed right behind the Ohio State with about 10 picks. We know Fernando Mendoza went first, QB out of Indiana, basically the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, selected number 1 overall and went to Las Vegas. But in between there, we got 257 picks, and that 257th pick was Red Murdoch, linebacker from Buffalo, Mr. Irrelevant. But he does get an opportunity to prove himself because if you don't know, Mr. Murdoch is basically the NCAA all-time leader in forced fumbles with 17. Now, as the draft was happening, right, you get a ball of emotions from the top. When you're at your home, you with your mom, your girl, you get a hug, you kiss, you cry, and then of course you got some craziness. A couple of guys so hyped that you just can't contain themselves before they get on the stage with the commissioner. One of them or two of them that really caught my eye was the 10th pick, Francis Muiaga, straight out of Miami, OT, right, left tackle, road grader, got drafted by the Giants. First thing out of his mouth is, "I'll die for you, bro." Didn't even make it to the league. Declare his life, laid it on the line for the Giants. I can appreciate that. As if I was a quarterback, I want my first introduction to whomever is working with me to be like, "Yo, I'm risking it all to protect you." And then one of the ones I thought really should have, did a little bit of a tear jerker for everybody was Jordan Tyson, drafted number 8 overall from Arizona State, the wide receiver. Tears of joy, disbelief after being drafted because he's had a storied career, which included several injuries, a ACL tear, a shoulder, a hamstring, which hampered him his last season and held him back from producing how he should have been the entire time. But in essence, when they call your name, you're really in the game. It's over. Time to go show him what you made of, and he is going to New Orleans. So I can't wait to see the majority of these products be put out on to the field. Now, fellas, we are here. We know what's going on. We got Uncle Bo Crouch in the second segment. He's going to come in and join us, give us his draft grades. We might as well start on a good note. We got some teams that really did some good things. Positive picks, got the right guy for the position and for what they needed. Who got a good draft grade, like A+, A-, maybe even some Bs? Uncle Scott, I know you was kind of having this conversation as you and Alan were doing the draft coverage. Who you got with an A grade right about now?
I would look at Jordan Tyson first. I think it's a phenomenal spot for him to land in New Orleans with Kellen Moore as the head coach. Chris Olave's the number 1. So I'll go back to when A.J. Brown got traded to Philadelphia. Devonta Smith excelled because he was not up against the best cornerbacks of the opposing team. He was against the number 2s. So he was able to run his routes, be an effective receiver because he wasn't up against a Christian Gonzalez or Jalen Ramsey or guys like that. Jordan Tyson's going to have the number 2 cornerback against these teams. And with Kellen Moore as your head coach, as an offensive coordinator, as Alan, as we all know, when he was in Philadelphia, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal landing spot for Jordan Tyson. So I think Jordan Tyson made out really well in this draft.
For sure. AP, you are also with Uncle Scott as he helped you cover the NFL draft for about 3 days. You guys were rocking out. Big shouts out to you guys for holding us down. Who do you see, whether it be the team or the player, that pretty much gets an A grade?
I mean, I know everybody wants me to point out the obvious, but I'm actually going to go in a different route. I'm going to say Cleveland in general.
Wow. What? I was saving that for Bobby.
Here's the thing, and I brought this up on other shows before, is that you essentially got 4 players with your first 4 picks that were at one point graded in the top 20, top 25 of this entire draft class. And you basically got all 4 of them. 2 top 5 receivers, probably the best tackle in this draft, arguably in some cases, and you got a top 3 safety. I mean, they made out pretty well. And you also got another tackle who you can use as a rotational piece as well. I think Cleveland did a fantastic job. I love what Andrew Berry's doing there for them.
And of course, Bobby G, the Cleveland guy himself. I feel like Alan might have stole your thunder by talking about the Cleveland draft. Who you got rated high based on what they did, whether it be the player or the team?
But before you get to that, I got it because you gave an amazing stat. It's the SEC all-time record for players picked, 87. But does it really count?
Wow,
bro, it ain't even the SEC no more.
Wow,
it's like the SC Big Pac West 12 CC. That's what it really is. Like, I would respect it more if it was back when each conference had like 8 to 10 teams. But bro, half college football is in the SEC. Like, what do you expect? Now, with that being said, hey, I'm gonna do what nobody's gonna do. I'm gonna give credit to the LA Rams.
Right.
Yep, it is the LA Rams. Get confused. But plan for the future. They were a couple plays away from being in the Super Bowl last season. Roster wise, they really didn't need much. And they took advantage. This is a team that doesn't normally pick inside the top 15, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Took advantage of the one time that they may be there and prepare for the future. We look at a team like Green Bay, who's had outstanding quarterback play for the last 30 years. This is that type of move for the Rams. Like, I applaud the Rams GM, who we applauded a few years ago for his F them picks move, going to get his quarterback. He got his Super Bowl out of it, so it worked out. And now that he has the draft picks back, he's once again making smart moves. Matthew Stafford, he's only got a couple years left. Let's go get a quarterback, let him develop in this winning culture, winning system, let him watch winning football. And whenever Stafford decides he's done, I feel Todd Simpson was the best QB in the draft. So I feel the Rams came out on top.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. After hearing and seeing a lot of the draft analysis, the jury's out on Ty Simpson. I want to see. I'm one of those people. I want to see him in a preseason game. I want to see him start. I want to see him, do things that make him uncomfortable. But of course, he's got huge shoes to fill if he's going to come behind the MVP, last year's MVP, who really went out there. And if you guys all remember, we were all having the conversations. Oh, he's got an oblique strain. Oh, his back. He may not be the same. And he went out there and ripped it. So if you're going to draft somebody while you still got him, that's kind of like, and Scott can attest to this. It's almost like what the Patriots used to do. Before you get too old or before you have no value, let's go ahead and try to find a way to replace you, or not even replace you, but have somebody in place to give you a hand if you were to fall back. Because I can almost guarantee there's going to be a couple of fourth quarters where they're going to put Ty Simpson in. I can almost guarantee that. There's going to be a game or two.
You know what the Stafford thing was? You know what the Stafford thing was? I don't want to play in preseason. I don't want to practice preseason. My back is killing me. I think I'm going to take the preseason off, and then I'll be ready for opening week. That's exactly what Stafford stuff was. I never believed it for a minute. So,
listen, and the thing is, the commentary from people like Joe Buck and all the other NFL analysts who do like those Sunday night games and everything, they were saying when they finally saw Matthew Stafford, he looked so ripped because he had been working on whatever it was. If it was his core, if it was his back, he looked like a completely different person this season. And that hard work definitely paid off. And I got an A grade. I got an A grade for a team. And it's not my team. Y'all know I'm a Steelers fan. I'm partial to the Jags. I love the Jags. Shout out to Duval. We're going to get them a grade a little bit later. But my A grade basically goes to the Jets. Jets. Why? Because pretty much the Jets added dynamic playmakers. Kenyon Sadiq. What freak athlete. Tight end. What does a quarterback like to have? A good tight end, especially if you're going to reintroduce Geno Smith at quarterback. Wide receiver Omar Cooper from Indiana. Y'all remember him? He was balling in the championship game. I like that. And then, of course, their aggressive approach, brings in top-tier athletes to kind of bolster what they had previously. And then, of course, if you didn't know, and Scott knows this, Alan, you know this, next year, they got like 3 picks in the first round and mess around, and they could pick, the incumbent who will be playing quarterback, and they'll bolster their offensive line some more or their defense, whichever they see fit. And the Jets will be building for the future. And I'm here to see it. I'm not a Jets fan by any means. We got somebody who is. Big shouts out to Miss Averill. We know she's a huge Jet fan. And I'm sure she was excited about those picks. Now, not necessarily A, but who's like maybe that B grade for their draft, and we'll start with Bobby. What you got for who got to be?
Matthew Stafford's wife.
You tell me.
Oh
You
my
tell
God.
me.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Matthew Stafford's wife. Speaking of wives, shout out to Mike Vrabel. You know, I think we didn't even really get to talk about that. Okay. Since you brought up something funny, we just gonna say this. You know how if you're married and your wife say, you better show up or else? Mike Vrabel is going to counseling, missed the whole draft because his wife said, if you don't fix this, my friend Sally's got her lawyer on the phone. Mike Vrabel went to go handle his business and save his life, save his family, save his money. We're not even going to get into it, but if you know, you know. Shout out to all my Patriots fans out there. Yeah, Bobby, back to you. You said she got to be?
Well, she believes in Matthew's backups, so that's here nor there. But no,
Oh, wow.
Realistically,
Oh, wow.
the team, who I feel got to be, and I'm gonna respectfully say this. I think it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
Come on.
This is like this draft did not feel like a Steelers draft. Normally they have a plan. They're taking quote unquote Steelers guys. This draft, it didn't. They got some good players, but it just didn't have that feel of the past 20 years of Steelers drafts. It's like the first time I've walked away from a draft feeling like I don't think the Steelers got better. So it's weird. Even though they got good players, it's just not that feeling. I'm not going into the season really worried about the Steelers, and it's crazy.
Wow. Okay. So, he's breaking up. Okay.
Oh, there he goes. There goes the normal.
There goes Bobby G. He will return.
Yeah, I'm still here.
He's still here. Okay. Okay. Good.
It's just a visual thing.
Yeah, it happens, but that's why we bring the internet to your radio, because every once in a while we got to increase the bandwidth. 30 seconds, Scott, Allen, who you got? One word answer.
Tennessee. I think it was a solid job. Not really sold on Falk. I think Carnell Tate will be fine. I think Anthony Hill's the steal of the draft. So, but yeah, I like the Titans, what they did.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm with it. Scott, he gave me a couple more words, but who is your B grade for the draft?
It's Las Vegas. Las Vegas got McCoy in the 4th round, the cornerback that was a top 10 talent. So the Las Vegas Raiders had a phenomenal draft.
I'm with you. I like it. Vegas definitely did their thing in this draft. They basically got some things going that we didn't expect for them to do in the later rounds. But you know who also wins in the later rounds? Y'all know? Can you help me out? Unique Trends and Styles. That's who wins in the later round. Now, I don't know if you know, but we've been talking about it. It's the barbershop of the future. 266 Blandon Boulevard, Suite 8A in Orange Park. I know y'all know Blandon's long. You can go all the way to Middleburg, but before you get to Middleburg, you're going to see City Thrift in that same shopping center. You can find Unique Trends and Styles. If you need your locks or wicks done, we got you. All textures are welcome. They got a professional loctician in the building, and if you got kids, they can chill in the play area. Don't forget, grown folks can vibe in the game room, and everybody leaves looking sharp. Unique Trends and Styles. Enter as a customer, return as family. We got my Uncle Bo Crouch coming up on the right after the break. So make sure you stay locked in. It's your boy K with your mama's #1 draft pick. We out. Be right back. Hey Ma, what's up? Let's lie and we can get it on tonight. That's right, man. It's your boy K with your mama's #1 draft pick, and this is the Rec Room Sports Radio Show where we bring the internet to your radio. Now, I don't know if you missed the very first segment at the top of the hour, but the guys, the gang, they're all here. We got Bobby G, we got Uncle Scott, we got AP, and of course, we're talking about the NFL draft. So much went on. Some teams really stood out with their selections. Some, maybe not so much. But one of the cool things that we do here is we open the doors of the Rec Room to the FOTS. That's right. Friends of the show, normally pretty much they're like family. And this is one of our people. Last week he was on, gave us a couple of predictions. This week he's back. Tell us what he think about what happened. It's our guy, my uncle from Coast to Coast Sports. We got Uncle Bo Crouch in the building. Uncle Bo, what it do?
What's happening, guys? Good to see y'all.
What?
I'm even going to be nice to the panel today. Like, this is crazy.
You got to be nice to Al.
Yeah.
Those Cowboys fans, they're terrible, aren't they?
No, that's what I'm saying is we're talking about the draft. And I mean, I got good things to say about the Browns, about the Cowboys. The Patriots exist, but
They do exist. They do.
Yeah, we do exist. We might not have a head coach pretty soon, but we exist.
Hey, that's what you call insider information.
Right.
Exactly.
Hashtag therapy.
Yeah, soon after that therapy's over, he'll be back. Now, Uncle Bo, we know you are located on the West Coast.
Yep.
Seattle is your stomping grounds. And, of course, you're a little bit everywhere. But when it happens to be in your backyard, Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, what did you think of your team's draft when it was all said and done?
Yeah, so I mean, I give them a B plus. You go into this draft with 4 picks. You're not exactly going to light the draft board up, right?
Yeah, right.
And then you're also the last pick of each round. So that, I mean, you go into that being like, oh man, could we have got a snake draft or something like?
Where it just whips around a little bit,
right? Like get one of these picks. But no, I mean, ultimately they had a first, second, and a third, and then a sixth. That's what they entered the day with. Mm-hmm. And I would say they maximized it. When I was here last week, I was thinking that they would drop out of that 32nd pick and try and amass a couple more picks. You could get a solid running back in the second round. That being said, when we were talking, we all thought Price was going to be gone before Seattle would have picked at 32 anyway, right? And they absolutely needed a running back. Do I think that they needed a first-round running back? I still don't. He's a good back, right? But he wasn't even the starter for Notre Dame, right? You had Love as your starter there. Now, Love's a generational talent. So, I mean, if you're coming in second to him, it's not like that's a knock. But at the same time, you could have gotten, I think, similar talent elsewhere. The one thing for Price is he works well in a tandem back situation because that's what he's coming from. That's what Seattle always has, right? Charbonnet is going to come back. They always do a running back by committee type of situation. So that works out. I would have given them an A if they would have been able to do something a little more earlier, I guess. But they did exactly what they needed to do. They targeted exact needs with the best player available at the time, right? So they grabbed their running back into the first round, their second round pick. They get a safety, absolutely needed that with Kobe Bryant leaving. And then of course you have Woolen gone and they go and grab a corner. So I'm not mad at any of their picks. It's not an A just because when you're picking last and you only have a couple picks, you're not getting the A talent.
Yeah, you got to maximize those 4 picks, especially if they're on the back end. So kind of like a second round, still in the first round, third round grade. You just had to go get who you got. Uncle Scott's got something on his mind. Uncle Scott, what you think?
So you mentioned Charbonnet, so I'll put that to the side right now. Receiver. Is there a receiver in the draft you would have liked to seen Seattle take?
Not
At any of the
particularly. We don't really need more at the receiving position, right? I mean, when you look at this receiving core already, you got JSN, you've got Cup, you've got, Jake Bobo, you got Horton's going to be coming back. And, that's such a huge element that I think people kind of forgot about because he got hurt early. And that's why we went and got Rashid Shaheed, who also is coming back. I fully expect him to be more involved in this offense. Absolutely game changer when it comes to special teams. But I expect them to run some stuff that the way they used to run for Percy Harvin, right? He is more of that gadget guy. He doesn't necessarily have the best 50-50 ball skills, and Harvin didn't either, right? So they did a lot of jet sweeps, end arounds, those types of things. I expect that Shaheed will get involved in that way. But Horton, when he comes back, has elite speed. And he was tearing stuff up before he got hurt. So I didn't see anything receiver-wise that this team needed. I think the biggest deficiency that they didn't target in this draft that I was, and this is probably actually why I'm giving them a B instead of an A, is they really needed to do something with that offensive guard position because Bradford is a liability. And I have a low light video of all of Bradford's whiffs.
Oh, no.
That you can't even put in as a short. Like 3 minutes isn't long enough for all the plays he missed through half the year.
Dang.
You tell me.
I mean, it's not even that. It's just like, bruh. But so in any event, yeah, I think that's probably actually why I dropped them back a little bit is, I really would have liked to have seen them get something in that guard position. They also didn't target an edge, which makes me think that Lawrence is coming back.
Okay. Shout out to Lawrence. Get that check.
Yeah. I mean, he got that ring. That's the thing that's funny. He got a lot of heat for leaving Dallas, and he's like, I can't win a ring here. And then to call your own shot and win a ring the same year somewhere else, man, that's rough.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy for him. I'm glad he's doing well in Seattle.
Sure you are, Alan.
Right, exactly.
No, I love D-Law. He was one of the coolest cats in the organization. The fact that obviously he said the right thing. He's like, I can't win a ring here. I'm going to go try it somewhere else. And the fact that he did it, I applaud him for it.
Especially the same year, like that's ridiculous. Be like, I'm leaving to go here to win a ring, and then to like call your shot. I mean, that's pointing at the fence and then blasting it out.
For sure. Bobby G, what was you thinking?
Yeah. First of all, Urban Rod, that is egregious. That is false. Bo is not the greatest, and if you ever say anything like that again, we're going to perma-ban you from the chat.
Bo, do you know this guy, by the way? This Herman Rod podcast.
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
But no,
thanks, Herman.
Your favorite nemesis. Your favorite nemesis here. But my question is, we saw what happened to Seattle's defense in free agency. You let a lot of guys walk. Being the first pick was running back. The next running back didn't go until the third round.
Yeah.
Would you have liked to seen them take a shot at, like, we drafted McNeil Warren in the second round. He was right there. Would you like to see them go in that direction and maybe attack the running back position later?
So yes, I was fully expecting them to trade back maybe with Jacksonville. Actually, I thought Jacksonville was going to try and move up. So let me get to that page of my notes because
stumped them. Yes.
Well, no, because I was forgetting the kid's name out of pen off the top of my head, so I wanted to make sure I got that right. Katron Allen was going to be available in the second, and his style of run would have worked well with Seattle. He can catch pretty well. He is a strong runner, good vision. The other guy that I thought they could have got in the second round, I mean, and obviously they could have got anybody in the second round,
Right.
But Jonah Coleman out of the UW, I think he also is a guy that could work well in a tandem back system, but can also be a lead back if you need him to be. Decent hands, good blocker. Yeah, that's one of the things I look for. Is I want a guy that can block, right?
Mhm.
Because that is something that Seattle does tend to do a lot. And some of the other runners weren't necessarily the greatest blockers. Like they had better hands, right? And they may be a little bit shiftier, but if you need them to be in a blocking situation, didn't always work out, right? And the way that Seattle does things, you need running backs that are not afraid to go hit somebody.
Yeah.
I think Alan had one. Alan, what you got?
I mean, one of my sleeper hits in this draft was Bud Clark.
Okay.
I loved the way his game played. I loved how he played in TCU.
You tell me.
How excited are you to see him come into be a part of that secondary?
Yeah, I mean, it lets you know that they still have an emphasis on let's go hit people, right? The only thing that you need him to do is there are times where his tackling, like his wrapping up, isn't the best. So I'm hoping that that's something that it was inconsistent. I guess that's the thing. Like sometimes he'd come out and absolutely light it up, and then sometimes you'd see him miss some blocks that didn't make or miss some tackles that didn't make a lot of sense. That's really the only knock on the guy. Outside of that, I think he's going to be a great fit in this secondary that, again, they fly around. They like to hit people. So I think he's going to be great in that scenario.
All right. So I got to do it to you, bro. You know where we're located. Gentlemen, tell them where we at. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no. See, you guys are doing it wrong. At the beginning of last year, I was pretty sure it was like Duval. Like it's a question, right?
Got that question mark on the back end.
I listened to Urban Meyer do it, and that's how I figured it out.
So, Bo, like in actuality, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in here, we did the smart thing and we gave him a pick. We got Travis. Shout out to Travis. If anybody wants to text Travis, he's probably relaxing, sitting in his pajamas, watching anime. That is okay. That's all right. Let him recover. But second round, we got 3 third rounders. We got some good stuff going on with the Jack. Where would you say the highlight of the picks after we didn't pick somebody in the first round? Where would you think one of those bright spots are for us down here in Jacksonville?
So it's funny because I think one of your better picks was in the third round. Defensive tackle Albert Regis. I like him in that system. Something that people kind of overlook is he did play in multiple spots on the line there, and so I think he's going to be way more valuable to you than you would think. So I really like that one. Also, the guard that you got, Emmanuel, he was an all Big Ten guy, right? And so I like the third round picks. Your second round pick I thought was interesting because you didn't really need a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't really sure why you were going to do that unless you were planning to run a lot more like 12 personnel, which is something they didn't do a lot of, right? Mm-hmm. Because he is a good blocker. He just doesn't necessarily have the best hands ever. He's big. So if you're going to start running some 12 personnel where you have your main tight end that's going to run a receiving route, right? Because you're deep at the tight end position.
For sure.
But he does seem like he's a little bit better blocker than the guys that you already have as your backups, right? So if he's in there in that capacity, that allows him to do the routes that he does do well, which is a chip block that gets him into a soft zone where he's by himself, right? Because those are easy balls to catch. So if you're setting him up for success in that way, he can be a great fit. Again, I don't know that the second round made a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. I think there was things that you guys could have used a little bit more. But overall, I still think that you guys get a B grade. I know that, geniuses like Mel Kiper barbecued the Jags, but I really don't think that it's as bad as Mel puts out there. That being said, I disagree with Mel all the time. Pretty much if he's putting a grade on it, I'm like, yeah, so that's not what it's going to be at all.
Listen, Mel has been around since before all of our times, I feel like, and his hair is still perfectly coiffed.
Absolutely.
I'm super mad at his hairline.
This is why y'all need to be watching this on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, because Bo and I could go to the same barbershop and come out, it'd be just fine. Goatee, got that. Mustache, got that. Hair on top, nah.
But you know why Kuiper's hair is so great, right?
What's that?
Because he goes to Unique Styles and Tricks.
Okay.
Oh,
throwing that plug in. See, I like that. You're throwing the plug in. For me, it'd be this segment brought to you by Bic.
but I disagree with Bo on one thing. I give the Jags an A+ draft. I mean, they got Mason Graham, Quinshon Judkins, Dylan Sampson, KC Conception. Oh, my bad. That was the Browns.
Wow.
Well, see,
that's what we got from the Travis Hunter trade.
And that's why I said I was going to be super nice to the panel, because I also gave the Browns an A grade.
Wow.
I actually think you had the best draft across the board.
Whoa.
Sir, why thank you.
Listen, and there's not many times where the Browns can be mentioned consecutively as doing something good on a football show. All right. I'm saying, if we ain't talking about Myles Garrett and a sack record, we normally don't say Cleveland Browns that many times, but I mean, we can definitely agree on that.
Bobby, get him.
Last time we played Jacksonville, I don't want to say what happened. I'll let you do that. We just leave that right there. But
right.
10 times is now my favorite person. Yes, call in, ban that freaking Jalen Ramsey. If you play it one more time, you're going to HR.
Hey, awesome. So listen, we did all the positive stuff. Bo, do you have time to talk some negative?
Wait, can I ask one more Jags question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get it in.
Bo, are you surprised the Jags didn't address the running back position in the draft at all?
A little bit, except there's running backs around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still, I mean, you got plenty of time on free agency end. So I imagine that's what they're doing, is there's some free agents that are around, or who knows? I mean, you can still make some other trades too. So
right.
It's early. And this is why I also don't like draft grades a lot, is none of these people have taken a snap yet. They may be terrible. We may be like, this was awesome. And then the Browns just like brown them up.
Right.
Why is he going to keep going back to the Browns, Bobby? Is there
because he's a closet Browns fan. He wants to
wow.
It's 100% because he started on me. So I'm like, okay, let's go.
There are so many things that are going on in the closet, but being a Browns fan, that's got to be one of the wild ones. Ladies and gentlemen, funny story. So I and my show producer, we're just having a little bit of a conversation. Brian, big shout out to you. I got to make sure I mention the Florida Avengers. That's right, the Florida Avengers, the women's tackle football team. The next home game, the home game is on May 2nd, Nassau High School. Make sure you follow them on Instagram. That's at Florida.Avengers, and that's women's tackle football. Yeah, those two words oftentimes don't go together, but they do here in Jacksonville. Okay, so women's tackle football, make sure you follow them. And then also, Brian let me know something really cool. Right about now, we're going to do a giveaway. This is the number, 904-362-9901. That's 904-362-9901. I got some Jacksonville Sharks tickets to give away on this break. So if you want to go check out the Jacksonville Sharks, shout out to Coach Gibson. We see you. Go ahead and call in right now. Once again, that number is 904-362-9901. Both stick around. We're going to talk about some bad drafts in just a minute. It's your boy K with your Mama's #1 draft pick. That's AP. That's Bobby G. That's Uncle Scott and Uncle Bo. We'll be right back. Ha Rockefeller. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Kid Witch, your mama's #1 draft pick. This is the Rec Room Sports radio show where we bring the internet to your radio. Speaking of internet, we got my guy, Uncle Bo Krause from Coast to Coast Sports in the building. We got AP Allen Perales, Uncle Scott, Bobby G from the Audible Sports Podcast, where life and sports meet culture. And we got to give a big shout out to Chris, straight from the Duval Jags. That's right, NFL Jaguars Elite 10U team. They are going to Indianapolis. I got to give a big shout out. It was real cool. So shout out to the 10U team. Also, shout out to Brandon Porter. B Squeezy 904, the best lemonade in Jax. Got to show him some love. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know about that lemonade, but go find him. He set it off right about now when it comes to the lemonade. Also, big shout out to John. That's Jon. He just called in. He just won those Jags. Oh, excuse me, not the Jags tickets, but the Jacksonville Sharks tickets. So he's going to go have a great time at the Sharks game. Now, we did some positive stuff. We got to talk about a little bit of the negative. Uncle Bo is in the building. Now, you were giving some high praises, Bo. Where are some of the low-lying points of this draft?
So one of them isn't a bad pick. It was a bad landing, or like not even necessarily a bad landing spot, just kind of a weird pick for what it is they're trying to do. If you're hyper aggressive trying to get sacks, that definitely can be the case. It was Ty going to the Rams. That one felt odd, and for no other reason than that team is trying to win now. They give up all their picks, to make all these moves to go try and win the thing. And then you're like, hey, with our top pick, let's just go and get a future guy. And you're like, that makes no sense for any of the rest of the moves that you've made. And then, of course, you had the coach's reaction that looked very similar to mine. Like, what are we doing? McVay did not look super stoked about it, but there's that. But that one was probably the first one that comes to mind when it is just a weird pick. Again, not bad. I think they got a guy that they do need for the future. If Stetson Bennett isn't going to get a real shot, but at the same time, if you're talking about he's going to compete with Stetson Bennett, then why'd you even do that? Go get something that helps you win today. Maybe a receiver, because you never know if Puka is going to get himself suspended doing something dumb.
This is true. We got questionable head scratcher from the Rams. Uncle Scott, you want to ask him about another questionable head scratcher that you witnessed while you and Alan were doing some of the coverage?
Philadelphia.
Okay.
The Eagles jump ahead of the Steelers, and it seemed like the Steelers got sideways for one.
Hate.
I'm just saying, when the prospect's on the phone with the Steelers, and then all of a sudden is, oh, hey, Howie Roseman, how you doing? Yeah, I always wanted to be an Eagle. Click to the Steelers. The Steelers had to know something was going to happen with the Eagles. Howie Roseman just does this stuff year in and year out. What'd you think about the Pittsburgh first-round pick? And do you think they got turned sideways by all
hosed? That's a good word, hosed.
Yeah. I mean, at least it was televised, so it's funny. No, I mean, ultimately, it let you know that the AJ Brown thing is probably going to be a thing for the Eagles, right? Yep. And I mean, that was the Steelers just being a little too early, right? I mean, they were counting on the Eagles to do something else. I guess they were ignoring the fact that Rossini might have been onto something about AJ Brown getting out of town, probably even where he's going to land.
I got jokes about that, but I'm gonna keep it on the radio. I don't know who's listening. I don't know who's listening. Shout out to ESPN 690 AM.
Yeah, I'll pass. I'll pass.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's unfortunately for the Steelers, that was just them getting a little ahead of themselves. But it was a good pickup for the Eagles, because it sure does seem like they're probably going to end up moving AJ Brown. I'm assuming after the June 1st designation, so they can split up that cap hit.
Yep.
Okay. Now
I also think the Jeremiah Love thing was an owner's pick all the way.
I was going to say something about that.
Yeah.
In my mind, if you're going to do it, then do it. Pull the trigger. Jeremiah Love to the Arizona Cardinals makes him top 10 immediately and of the highest paid running backs in the NFL. Is there a culture in which, we're going to start seeing the league shift and giving a little more love, quote unquote, to running backs, especially if he does well in Arizona?
I don't know how he does well in Arizona. I mean, that's the worst part, right? And I understand if you're a high draft pick, you go to a bad team. I get it. But this is a team that just blew everything up. And so Brissett's your guy? Okay. I mean, yeah, you're going to get a ton of carries because you have to. And then the offensive line isn't that good. So, I mean, when you're looking at a division that the other three are just going to beat you up for 6 of your games. I don't know. I mean, I hope he can stay healthy because he's going to get a lot of opportunity. So could he be leading the league in yardage? Probably not. Could he be leading the league in usage rate? Maybe.
Yeah.
Does it make the Tyler Algier signing strange?
I think just about everything I've seen from Arizona
is
strange. Yeah. Like there's not a ton that they did really this offseason that makes you think they're trying to win any games this year. Like they've designed this team in a way that you think they're tanking for the number 1 pick.
Yeah. In my mind, the whole thing is if you got Jeremiah Love and then you reach all the way down to 65 and you get Carson Beck, the future for Carson Beck may be bright because I can almost guarantee you we'll see some time on the field. Uncle Bo, once again, like always, we appreciate you joining us right here on the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. Tell the people where they can find you so we can join you coast to coast.
Yeah, so you can find me on Coast to Coast Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Pacific on a bunch of platforms, 97.3 ICU Radio, and, of course, on my YouTube channel, Football-Talk. And if you are in the Northwest, I am in your stadium. I was covering the WNBA last night.
Hey, man, once again, Uncle Bo, thanks for joining us. We did the draft. We're going to bring you back as soon as some more football stuff unfolds. Once again, guys, it's the boys from the Rec Room Sports Radio Show. Uncle Scott, Bo Crouch, Bobby G, AP. We're talking a little bit of basketball after the break, so make sure you keep it locked right here on ESPN 690 AM. Let's do it. Oh, I see you over there, Brian. You got that jigger playing back to back. I'm feeling it. Y'all, I don't know the words, but y'all know exactly what song I'm talking about. Once again, man, it's the boys from the Rec Room Sports crew. Please do me a big favor. Get on Instagram, get on YouTube. If you're not driving in your car, please, and go follow us right there on YouTube. That's at THEE Rec Room Sports Hub. And you'll be able to see this all the time. Our whole network of shows. We got Uncle Scott and Alan doing Around the Diamond Wednesdays. We got Audible Sports Podcast where Life in Sports meet culture on Thursdays doing Audible Reacts. He got Sports Time 2 and 6. We can show a little bit of that too. We got so many things going on the platform. We just want you to be a part of it. Join us, and we would definitely appreciate it. Now, gentlemen, first hour, NFL draft. We were locked in with Uncle Bo Crouch from Coast to Coast Sports. I think we pretty much covered it top to bottom. Thanks you guys for tuning in and being locked into the second hour. Now, the other thing taking the world by storm right now, especially in the sports world, is the NBA playoffs. 2026 NBA playoffs are in a current state of flux. When I say flux, I mean it's kind of still undetermined. The only two teams that could really, say they got something going on right now is the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. Oklahoma City defeated the Phoenix Suns in a sweep. Allen's extremely proud about that. And then, of course, the San Antonio Spurs put out the Portland Trail Blazers. Big shout out to Jay. Actually, let's go ahead. Matter of fact, funny story. Jay is in a truck right now in Grand Island, Nebraska. Big shout out to Jay. If you see him out there at a local Love's, you know how the Love's be connected to a Subway. If you see Jay at a gas station, because this gets a little bit everywhere, make sure you remember that, hey, look, I listen to the Rec Room Sports Show. So it's cold in Nebraska. It's probably cold all the way out there pretty much for the foreseeable future, because I think it's like 56 degrees. But then anyway, the San Antonio Spurs beat the Portland Trail Blazers 4-1. Wemby. What? Did we expect this? Oklahoma City Thunder? Huh? Possibly another MVP for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They're waiting on the winner from the Lakers and Rockets series, which I think that's an interesting we will have to get into. And of course, San Antonio is waiting for the winner of the Nuggets Timberwolves series. Gentlemen, of these two teams who have advanced already, which one do you think had the easier path to the second round?
Oklahoma City, without question.
Just because it was a sweep?
No,
They're
because
the number one seed.
they're the number one seed. I mean, it doesn't matter. Williams goes down for them. They still beat Phoenix. I mean, they got weapons everywhere. It's not fair in the West. Sorry. I mean, San Antonio beat them 3 or 4 in the regular season. Do we really think they're going to beat them in the Western Conference Finals if that's the matchup? I don't think so. I think Oklahoma City is going to the NBA Finals out of the West.
Yeah, yeah. Scott's like it's not only their number one seed. It's like you're not depending on anybody below the third seed to take them out. Like they're not the Pistons. This isn't their first time in this position. They've been here the last 2 seasons. Obviously winning the whole thing last year. So yeah, I don't think there's anybody with any basketball sense who doesn't at least have Oklahoma City in the Western Conference Finals at a minimum.
Yeah.
So,
come on, Alan, go ahead. You can say it. Y'all see you over there.
Hold on, let me unmute real quick. Is the sky blue? That's essentially what it is. So, yeah, Oklahoma City, we kind of figured from the start, especially, after Dylan Brooks started chirping, which him and Shea buried all that, afterwards, telling each other, talking to each other after the games and whatnot. But yeah, we expected, even with J-Dub going down, it's like you still got guys off the bench who could potentially be starters elsewhere, coming in and filling in. So Oklahoma City, without a question, had the easiest path, and they'll continue to have the easiest path.
Okay, I kind of can see where you guys got a point. It's Phoenix. Phoenix Suns did the Phoenix Suns thing, and it didn't really work out. So, yeah, maybe they did have the easiest path. But then we still got 2 series going on, and they are closer than we originally thought. The Timberwolves right now out here in the streets trying to hold off the Denver Nuggets from coming back. It's wild because to see Dante DiVincenzo go down, to see Ant-Man have the hyperextension, and then them still be a formidable adversary against the Nuggets because, of course, for some odd reason, they are paired together every other playoffs. And, of course, last season, Minnesota put Denver out. And I feel like the sting of Jokic, not making it as far as he thought he could have still is lingering in that Nuggets locker room. What do you guys think about this one? Because to me, this is one of the more heated, maybe next season we could call this a rivalry since they keep on meeting in the playoffs like this. The Nuggets-Minnesota rivalry will be something that we are going to begin to put more emphasis on going forward.
I don't know if you guys agree, but Minnesota woke Jokic up.
Wow.
They woke him up with that late basket and that little scrum or brawl. Jokic was playing terribly for Jokic up until Game 5. And then he went off. Yeah. Denver's going to win this series. Denver's winning in 7. Jokic is awake now. If Aaron Gordon can give them anything and Jamal Murray can shoot like we know Jamal Murray is capable of shooting, Minnesota can't stop Denver without Edwards and DiVincenzo.
Yeah. 100% agree. Like, without Anthony, I don't give the Timberwolves a chance. I think they've played as good as they can play, and they haven't shown the ability to be consistent enough to do it again. To me, I agree with Scott. Jokic is wide awake. Like you don't poke the bear, and like how many times have we seen something like this happen? Right? The underdog is doing what they do, and they do something silly in the game, and it just ignites the better team. And these are the lessons young teams learn. So
I don't know if you guys remember that game in the regular season where against OKC where I think it was Dort and Jokic got into that scuffle or whoever it was, and you just see the look in Jokic's eyes. That was basically him in Game 5. Yeah. That whole meme was Jokic in Game 5, and I agree with both you guys. I think Denver's going to close this series out and take it to Game 7 and win this whole series.
Now, I like how we're kind of on the fence about it, to be honest with you. Can Julius Randle turn into the Julius Randle of old and kind of mold himself into the inside-outside threat that we've known him to be in the past, that he got an opportunity to be in a Knicks uniform, but didn't really work out for him? When he joined Ant-Man and the rest of the Timberwolves roster, one of the things that I think was pivotal to it working out is that he didn't have to be the main big defender, because that's why you got Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert, low key, is doing a pretty good job of defending Jokic. Somebody like Jokic, you can't stop. They're just that good. We're not going to stop him, but we're going to give him difficult opportunities to make baskets, and it's happening time and time again. The rest of the defense around the Timberwolves has been trying to put the clamps on people like Aaron Gordon, on Jamal Murray. But when you start focusing in on Jokic, the rest of the players pretty much get to thrive. And now I think, just like you said, Bobby, you can't poke the bear. It's literally happening right before our eyes, where I'm expecting Jokic to wake up and do something miraculous within the next 2 games and somehow, some way slide injured but formidable foe of the Timberwolves right up out of the door. Let's keep it moving.
No, I got a question for you, though.
Go ahead. Good. Do you think?
Who is this Julius Randle of old? Old what? What history does he have of anything? You've been traded from every team in your career, and one day the Timberwolves are going to trade you as well. So, I mean, what playoff moment does he have that goes, We're gonna get Game 3 Julius Randle. Like, come on, man. It's Julius Randle.
It's a black hole of basketball. Julius Randle used to get the ball. Everybody would be moving in motion. That corner three would be open. Julius Randle would turn and shoot. That's what we know him for. He could get the buckets if put in the proper places. But the point is that the team that he was on was formidable. He didn't have to do that. But does he need to do that? Where the points going to come from? That's all I'm saying. Where are the points going to come from?
If Julius Randle has to score 20, the T-Wolves are going to get blown out by 25. Game 6 and Game 7.
You heard it. You heard it here first.
Too inconsistent for me, for my liking.
They're going to have to get the popcorn vendor from the stands to come play point guard.
I think so. Yes.
Hey, listen, Mike Conley's still out there. Y'all know Mike Conley like 52. Okay, it don't matter. Mike Conley go out there and do it when he get ready. Moving on, the other Western Conference series that has pretty much had all of us focusing in on who will eventually be a GOAT. I don't care if you like it or not. 45 years old, LeBron James is out there doing work. All right, the Lord's work is happening every time he touches the court. The Lakers right now lead the series 3-2. Houston pulled off a season-saving Game 5 win to avoid elimination. So now Game 6 tomorrow is in Houston. They still have an opportunity to put them out. And we are not talking about the Kevin Durant-led Houston Rockets like we thought we were going to be getting this matchup. We're not even talking about the Luka Doncic-led Lakers like we thought we were going to be talking about. There's still a possibility of Austin Reeves making an appearance. And somehow, some way, I feel like
he did last night.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Making an appearance and being the old Austin Reeves is what I'm saying. Like being a real big part of win or a loss. So it's 50-50 for me right now. But I can't say this enough. 47, 48, 42. I don't care how old LeBron is right now. It's still a sight to see. And one day when he is not here, okay, we're going to remember these moments. But what did y'all think about this matchup with the Houston Rockets, guys?
The Lakers are done.
What?
The Lakers are done.
Already?
Yeah. LeBron is, LeBron is wearing down. He's sleeping in the next room in the retirement home for me right now. The Lakers are just worn down, and Austin Reeves is back. That takes minutes away from Marcus Smart and a couple other guys. If Reeves does not produce, I think the Lakers are done. I think the Rockets are going to force game for them and win.
Wow, big shout out to Luke Kennard too for waking up. Bobby G, I see your face over there. What you think about?
I'm opposite. I think the Lakers are going to win. I think also Austin Reeves is right on time. Next game, I think he will have an Austin Reeves type game. I mean, points wise, last night he showed up. He had 22 points, but he's 4-16. Did all of his damage from the free throw line. I think in Game 6 he'll be the one, and I think it'll be LeBron just making a couple key plays down the stretch. I think Alperen Sengun has kind of regressed.
Yeah,
Sengun.
Yeah, he's regressed. I mean, he was. Before Kevin Durant got there, his trajectory was to being one of the top bigs in the NBA. This season, he's just kind of taking a step back, and in these playoffs, he's taking a step back. So, I got the Lakers winning the next game, closing it out.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but if Kevin Durant plays Game 6, I agree with Scott. I think the Lakers are done. And what does that say to a guy of like LeBron's stature of starting a series 3-0 and then getting reverse 4-0 swept the other way? Yeah. Especially when when a majority of the series you haven't had to face Kevin Durant at all. Mm-hmm. I agree with you too, Bobby. I'm not liking what I've seen from Sengun. I think he's regressed as well. Either way, it's not going to matter at the end of the day because whoever wins the series is just going to get swept in the second round anyway. So,
oh wow!
But I think there's a chance where if Kevin Durant plays Game 6, I think the Rockets will pull off the reverse 4-0 sweep.
Now, if LeBron James is tied into the most unexpected comeback while he was in the Cavs jersey, where they beat the Golden State Warriors to win the championship that year. But then he is also tied into the 4-game winning streak of the Houston Rockets. I think this is one of those that would be a full circle Brett Favre moment, because we love Brett Favre. We love Brett. But then you got to remember, Brett Favre got the interception record too. Okay. And I don't see LeBron going out like that. I really feel like, we've gotten some of the best of him this series. I really admire the fact that one of the things he brought up in like a post game was, the assist from his son and to his son. And that's a big dynamic. I don't know how that would play into him succeeding, but I think trying not to have, this loss stain the record that he wants to eventually happen. I think he's going to pull out all the stops, man. So me personally, Marcus Smart, he's out there in the streets. Luke Kennard, out there in the streets. LaRavia, out there in the streets. We got Anthony Davis, a.k.a. Jackson Hayes. Yeah, AD Light. You know what I'm saying? It's not Anthony Davis. That's AD Light right there. Jackson Hayes. It's a way that the Lakers can do what they do best. But the thing is, the Rockets are not to be slept on. There's a reason why when the season started, we were going, wow, look at this lineup. Look at what's happening. And just like Bobby mentioned, the regression of Şengün is a mind boggler to me. But at the same time, I think we are also seeing the known deficit of not having a point guard, a real floor general on your team show its ugly head. Because Marcus Smart go out there and while they trying to make decisions, it looks like, and see who's going to get the ball, Marcus Smart go out there and knock the ball out your hand. Okay, Marcus Smart go out there and dive on the floor and do some stuff like he did in the Celtics jersey. And I like Marcus. I like Marcus Smart. I was upset when the Celtics let him go, but he's doing his thing right now in the Lakers jersey. So I really can't wait to see what goes on. So in the end, Western Conference, we still got to wait a little bit, but don't worry, guys. We're going to get to the Eastern Conference in just a minute. And don't forget, we still got to let you know that Rec Room Sports is powered by Unique Trends and Styles, and the barbershop is of the future. That's right, located on 266 Blandon Boulevard, Suite 8A in Orange Park. They cut all Texas of hair, and they got a loctician on staff. If you got wicks, if you got locks, bring the whole family. The kids can chill while you're getting your fade. And literally, you can catch a fade in the game room because they like to play UFC. Enter a customer, return his family. Oh, wait, before Brian puts on that music, we got some more stuff to give away right now. 904-362-9901. We are giving away some Jumbo Shrimp tickets. We got Jumbo Shrimp tickets going half off right now. If you want to catch some Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp baseball, dial that number 904-362-9901. Talk to Brian, give us your name, and we'll be back. It's the Rec Room Sports Crew, your boy K Witt, Bobby G, AP, Uncle Scott. We'll see you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, man, it's the home team straight out of here in the Anajar and Levine studio. That's right, Anajar and Levine. Big shouts out to y'all. This is the Rec Room Sports radio show right here on ESPN 690. Of course, we've been doing a little bit of everything today. Earlier today, we talked about the draft. Just a few minutes ago, we talked about the Western Conference. But now playoffs are still going on the East Coast. That's right. The first round, of course, is the best of 7. And it looks like almost everybody might be headed to a game 7 on the East Coast, because this is where I think Eastern Conference wise, we get to see, the cream of the crop. There are some teams who were pretenders. They're no longer here. The best teams will come out of these. And I can't elaborate to y'all how some of these were like extremely nobody saw this coming. And I'm gonna start right at the top, man. The Detroit Pistons versus the Orlando Magic, number 8 versus number 1. Bobby G said it on In the Hoop last Friday, I believe. Somehow, some way, Kay Cunningham has to get a partner, a Robin to his Batman, and then out of nowhere he drops 45. What? In 45, bro? That's how you really feel? You gotta go do it to him like that. But that shows you he was right. If he's got to drop 45 in order to preserve them from going home, I think Bobby G's right. So Bobby, do me a favor, bro. As you elaborate on your point that I don't think a lot of people got a chance to hear on In the Hoop last week.
You tell me. You tell me.
What's going on with Kay Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons?
Nothing. They need a second. Somebody's got to step up and give Cade some help. This is like you mentioned. It took a Herculean effort from him to get that game last night. He scored 45, but look on the other side. Paolo Banchero also scored 45.
Mm-hmm.
And Paolo also, got a little help from Desmond Bain and Anthony Black. And it's one more person steps up. We're talking about the Detroit Pistons going home. Tobias Harris, he stepped up. He played well. Let me see. He stepped up a little bit.
Tobias Harris.
He played well. But, man, Jalen Duren, who will probably receive some votes for most improved player, was an all-star. Everybody thought, he is who he thought he was. He's a pick and roller who picks up garbage buckets. And I don't mean garbage and trash. I mean, he put putbacks, and he's scoring off the pick and roll and hanging around the dunker spot. But you can't give him the ball and say, Jalen, we need a bucket. And that's going to hurt the Pistons, whether it's in this round or the next. And for those who are surprised that Orlando is really in this situation, remember, before the season started, the ESPN predictor, they had the Magic picked as the number 1 seed in the East coming into the season.
This is true.
So they aren't here by luck. They were injured all year, and they're just healthy at the right time. And if you really go man for man, they're actually the more talented team in this series. So, but they got to handle business. And I will say this because they do not want to end up in a game 7 back in Detroit where anything can happen.
Facts.
Bobby, you guys heard about this Angel Reese thing, didn't you?
Angel Reese?
Yeah. Angel Reese used to date Jalen Duren.
Wow.
They broke up. Angel Reese's new boyfriend is Wendell Carter Jr.
What?
Who does Wendell Carter Jr. play for?
The Orlando Magic.
Every time that Orlando did anything or Wendell Carter dunked over Duran, she posted on her Twitter the dunk and his over Duran. So I think Duran is reading these posts and it's in his head now.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God. What's going on? I mean, that's what's going on. He's in his head right now. He's letting Angel Reese affect. I don't know this to be true,
Right.
but it
Speculation.
seems Duran played really well during the regular season, and now all of a sudden it looks like a shell of himself in the playoffs.
Hey, man, we're going to drop one of the flex bombs for Uncle Scott, letting us know Wendell Carter Jr. and Angel Reese go together.
Yes.
We in Jacksonville. Y'all know what it is. You know what it is. When you go together,
I go
oh,
together.
yeah, it's real. AP, man, same thought. Magic, Detroit, where we at with it?
I mean, isn't it amazing where Orlando is right now? And I mean, yeah, I agree with Bobby. It's no surprise that the Magic are here. But everybody wrote them off in the play-in. Everybody was saying, oh, Charlotte's too hot. Orlando's not going to stand a chance. Now here they are. Orlando not only wins that game against Charlotte, they completely dominated that game. And now here they are with a chance and an opportunity in a game 6 to close out the number 1 seed. It's only be the 6th time it has ever 6th or 7th time it's ever happened in NBA history. But it should not be that surprising that Orlando's played so well, especially, I agree with you, Bobby. Cade needs a number 2 because if in situations like this, somebody else has got to step up because if they shut down Cade in game 6, it's over.
Yeah.
I guess I'm giving away who I think will win game 6 because of the color of my sweater. That's all.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The theme song. Brian, we need that Orlando Magic. If they win, we need that Orlando Magic theme song in the playlist, Brian.
Alan has it by heart.
Brian,
Alan can sing it to you.
Yeah.
Orlando Magic.
Hey.
Orlando Magic.
Hey.
Orlando Magic.
Anyway, moving on, y'all. Another series that I think is close to home, especially to one of our panelists, the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Toronto Raptors. The 4-5 matchup. This is one that's normally a lot closer, basically based on the rankings, but all of a sudden, we done woke up Jurassic Park, apparently. But we also get an opportunity to see what it looks like when James Harden has a healthy co-star who is able to take away some of the offensive responsibility and Donovan Mitchell. And this is one of those moments where I'm interested in seeing if a young team like the Raptors either go out on their shield or, take it all the way to game 7 and surprise everybody. Bobby G, this is your home turf. So tell us what you think about Cleveland and Toronto.
The Detroit Pistons should be taking notes because this is exactly why they might lose. Donovan Mitchell didn't have his best game. James Harden stepped up. Who did he get help from? Our third best player, Evan Mobley, stepped up. And then out of nowhere, Dennis Schroeder steps. It's like this may be the deepest Cavs team ever. And this is including the LeBron teams. Just 1 through 12. It could be and then you got Jalen Tyson. He stepped. I know he's been distracted over last week because his brother was prepping for the NFL draft. So, his mind has been split. But he was focused last night. And, this is the difference between us and the Detroit Pistons. We have guys who can help our superstar. And they know they don't have to do it alone. For the Raptors, just ran out of talent. Brandon Ingram got hurt. Scotty got hurt in the game. And almost same situation as Scott saying that, Minnesota kind of woke up the bear. Last night, there was just a little simple small play. Ball goes out of bounds on the Raptors sideline. James Harden just goes over there to get the ball for no reason. RJ Barrett just, irritates him. And what happened? The entire Cavs bench came over to the Raptors bench.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't the same Cavs team as a couple years ago that you can pump. This ain't that. And after that, we go on the run, we take over the game, we win the game. So, yeah, I look for us to close out and just continue our quote unquote dominance over the Raptors. They've never beaten us in the playoffs in their franchise history. So, as a matter of fact, the only 2 games they've ever won against us in their franchise history in the playoffs are in this series.
Are these two? I was just about to say, definitely these two. AP, you've been keeping your eye on this one. What do you think about the Raptors' resurgence against the Cavs?
I mean, it's pretty much a done deal. I agree with Bobby. The too many injuries. I think the Cavs are starting to figure things out. They're starting to become that well-oiled machine. And if this is the Cavs team that we're going to get for the rest of the postseason, everybody else in the East should be very, very wary of this Cleveland Cavaliers team. So, yeah, I think it's pretty much a done deal. Toronto, valiant effort, but the injuries are just going to pile up too much, and it's just going to be too much for them. So.
Yeah, those postseason injuries always tear us up. Scott, you in the same thought process? Postseason injuries sending them on their way.
Yeah, and when you have a team on the ropes like Toronto had Cleveland on the ropes last night numerous times, and you don't put them away, it comes back to haunt you. And I think Game 6 is going to be the Cavs winning in 6. So,
I like it. I like it. Now, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to pair the last 2 together because. Of course, I've said it numerous times. My daddy is the biggest Knicks fan, okay? So the Knicks right now are in the lead 3-2, but somehow, some way, the Atlanta Hawks won't go away. Maybe it's the lemon pepper wings. I have no idea because in real life, when they were supposed to have Magic City Night at the State Farm Arena, there were hundreds of millions of lemon pepper bottles all around the arena, and they are finding them in all corners right now. If you find a lemon pepper bottle in the State Farm Arena, take a picture of it. They're giving stuff away, I promise you. Anyway, but the Knicks in the Garden are doing things that we necessarily haven't seen them do. We get an opportunity to see Jalen Brunson still be Jalen Brunson, but take a bit of a backseat and letting Karl Anthony Towns, who is normally during this series guarded by smaller players, get the opportunity to do his thing. But at the same time, on the other side, in Boston, in Philadelphia, the 2-7 matchup, crazy how we get to see Joel Embiid come from the locker room just like Willis Reed and say, hey, I got my appendix taken out, but I still can ball. I still can hoop. And he did a little bit of his thing in the last game, but of course he can't do it all by himself. We got VJ Edgecombe and of course Tyrese Maxey running full speed up and down the court the entire time. It's looking like a track meet, but they're playing the Celtics, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you've seen the Celtics league, but when they are on, they are on. The 3-point line is one of the places where the Boston Celtics feast, and they are feasting when the red light is on. So out of these 2 gentlemen, if there's an upset, if somebody's going to come back, which would be the Atlanta Hawks or the Philadelphia 76ers, which one of y'all think that it could be either one of these teams or neither one of them? What you think?
Neither one.
Wow.
Have you guys seen the Celtics on the road? They're historically good. They're in their environment tonight. They're going to close Philly out tonight. They just on the road are a different animal. When they're at home, since 2020, when they had double-digit favorites at home in a closeout game, they've lost 13 games by double digits as a double-digit favorite. They don't play well at home in closeout games. They play much better on the road. And the Hawks' problem right now is Mike Brown has figured out what to do with Karl Anthony Towns. He's a facilitator right now. His assists are up. If they keep doing that, there's no way the Hawks win the game tonight. So I think both probably going to be closed out tonight.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Scott. If any team has a chance, it's probably Atlanta, but I would say both the Celtics and Knicks have this in. Probably need to go find Trick Williams and get his shoes back because that's where all lemon pepper went. But yeah, I think if any team has a chance, it's Atlanta because I'm just not sold on the Knicks. I don't like this team the way it's constructed, but if Cat's playing as good as he's been, as good as he did Game 5, then I can't really see the Knicks losing this series. But if I had a definite answer, it's probably Atlanta. If I had to give a chance,
if you had to pick one,
if I had to pick one, it would probably be Atlanta, because I think Boston's just too good. Like Scott said, on the road, the Celtics are just too good.
Shout out to John Shireman. Bobby G, man, somebody got to go down. Is it going to be the number 3 Knicks or the Boston Celtics, or neither one of them?
Get your popcorn ready. Put your tickets in. Double upset. The Hawks and the Hawks and the Sixers win tonight. Both.
Wow.
Tyrese Maxey, 40 plus.
Whoa.
40 plus. Book it. Jonathan Kuminga, and JJ, 25 plus a piece. Double upset. I'm giving you gold. Put $5 on it. Thank me later.
More money.
But now it's crazy, okay? With the double upset, I don't think we've ever had that on the show before, but we are going to definitely take interest on that one. Now, before we left, I just got word from our producer, Brian Middleton, that we gave away some tickets, and it's funny because there's another set of tickets. 904-362-9901 Jumbo Shrimp tickets. Somebody's got to get the second pair before we get off the air. So call now, 904-362-9901. I don't think anybody else gives this much stuff away. So you might as well call in and get these Jumbo Shrimp tickets. And look, if you get on the air, or if you get to talk to Brian, I'm going to even throw in a haircut. I'm paying for a haircut so you can go fresh to the game to see the Jumbo Shrimp. 904-362-9901. Brian's looking like he's answering the phones right now. Go ahead and play the music, Brian. We'll be right back. It's the Rec Room Sports Radio Show with your boy K Witt, AP, Bobby G, Uncle Scott. We got tickets to give away. Jumbo Shrimps. Come and get them. Lucchini pour from the sky. This is it. What? It's your boy K Witt, man. Rec Room Sports Radio right here on ESPN 690. I don't think anybody else gives away this much stuff in a 2-hour period. We gave away some Sharks tickets. We gave away 2 sets of Jumbo Shrimp tickets, and my man Lex got the second set and a haircut at Unique Trends and Styles, where, of course, I'm going to hook him up. I'm going to see if Flip can do it. My boy Flip, what it do? I'm going to see if Biff the Barber could do it. Maybe Shannon. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to be stepping out to the Jumbo Shrimp game in style. So big shout out to Lex for tuning in and everything. Now, guys, this is one of those moments where we do a little something different, man. Y'all know what's been going on these past couple weeks? Did you see the Michael Jackson biopic yet? That's right. Michael Jackson, one of the most storied entertainers ever out here in the streets, had a movie. After, of course, a lot of controversy, the first part of the movie, I think, is basically where they're focusing on his life. They just greenlit a second Michael Jackson movie, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go ahead and have his son, not his son, his nephew, Jafar, play Michael Jackson again. I'm thinking this is wild. Has anybody else seen this yet? Anybody seen the Michael Jackson movie?
Not yet.
Nope. La, 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 la. I don't hear anything. La, 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 la. Not listening.
No, hey, but listen, the reason why I say this is because if you have been living under a rock, here at the Rec Room Sports show, we have mentioned one of the most phenomenal halftimes ever to be produced, which pretty much set off a chain reaction for halftime shows in the future, was done by Michael Jackson himself. In the rain, it was crazy. There was wind. There was like little girls passing out in the stands. It was a glove. It was all kinds of stuff going on, but for Michael. So they didn't get to that. They didn't get to that in the movie. So if they're going to do a second movie, I can't wait until they do 2 things. They got to do. I'm old enough to remember that tour where he was like in Germany and he stuck his hand out the window and the little girl just like passed out. They got videos of like people just picking up little girls off the floor when Michael Jackson was riding by, and all he did was stick his hand out the window. I can't wait till they get to that part. But Uncle Scott, I heard you got 2 bets from yourself and the Lock It In crew, because of course on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, you can catch Lock It In on the Rec Room Sports podcast family. Tell us what you got for 2 good bets.
So I do real quick, so anybody knows my Lock It In show bets. Some of them are off the forbidden path, so to speak, or path. Kentucky Derby is this weekend. The horse race, biggest horse race, in America. So I have 2 bets, one on the Oaks tomorrow night and one on the Derby itself. So in the Oaks, I bet an exactor of the 9-10 in the Kentucky Oaks. 9 is always a runner, 10 is prom queen. In the Derby itself, number 12, Chief Wallaby, I put a win, place, or show bet on. So all he's got to do is finish top 3 anywhere and you win the bet. So Kentucky Derby is a heavily bet race, and it's one of America's standalone big days for horse racing and sports in general. So,
man, and it's a show. It is a show. When they show the Kentucky Derby, the who's who of not just sports but money. If you're rich.
And by the way, Taylor Swift is the new thing. Her and her fiance, Travis Kelce, have a stake in a horse race called the Puma, and he's running in the Derby. So if you're a Swiftie and you want to follow Taylor Swift and Kelce, Puma is in the race, and they are heavily moneyed by Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. So,
if it's involving Taylor Swift, it's involving some bread. Speaking of bread, we got my guy Bobby G about to do his thing like he normally do. We call this the slice of life. I don't know if you caught it the last 2 times Bobby did it. We dang near cried. Bobby G, sorry, bro. The floor is all yours.
No tears. This look. We talked a lot about the NBA and the NFL. In NFL, you had a lot of guys changing their lives, changing the course of their family lives, living their dreams, fulfilling their dreams. And in the NBA, We got hardcore playoff basketball, right? Competition is thick, and that just brings me to our everyday lives. You know, sports and life go hand in hand, and you can take lessons from either and use them in the other, right? So I'm going to take from sports, and I'm going to, you know, remind everybody to do this in their everyday lives. You know, one of the keys to winning in the playoffs, if you ask any winning team, is good communication, right? So, hey, school year's coming to an end. The weather's getting good. For us who've been adulting for the last 9 months while the kids have been in school, hey man, let's take some time as things wind down. Let's put the electronics away. Let's put the laptop down for a night. Let's put the tablets down for a night. Let's turn off the TV, put the phones away. Let's get some good old family communication going on. Let's have fun with each other. Let's break out a board game. Let's go out and do something as a family. Last week on Audible, I said, you know, I challenged everybody to get out and reintroduce themselves to where they live. You know, I live in Vegas, one of the biggest tourist cities in America, in the world, and you know, because it gets so crowded on the strip or downtown, you know, we don't do much. But every once in a while, you know, the wife and I, we like to be tourists. We get out and reintroduce ourselves to Vegas, do some things we haven't do. Go to the Mom Museum, or, you know, go hang out at one of the hotel pools. So, you know, I'm challenging everybody here on in Jacksonville, Cincinnati. Hey, man, reintroduce yourself to Duval. You know, get out and do something that you haven't done in a while. Get out and do something that you've never done. Do something new, and just take that time. Let's take this time to reinvigorate ourselves, just like these athletes are reinvigorating themselves now that the regular season is over. So that's my slice of life, man. Just get out, put the devices away. Let's not bog ourselves down. Let's get back to some human communication before AI completely takes over the world.
I like it, bro. I like it. Let's move around Jacksonville a little bit. What's going on? I always see a lot of people talk about what's going on at the Fountain. Make sure you go do that. Big shouts out to my people from Flats, a brand new restaurant on Roosevelt Boulevard. I got to go check them out, see what they got going on. Big shout out to my people at Cheers over there on 17, doing their thing. I got to go check them out. What else? Can't forget about Lemon Pepper J's. I don't care which Lemon Pepper J's you go to, okay? But if you go to Lemon Pepper J's in the right neighborhood, you know which neighborhood I'm talking about. You can go get some food hot and ready. But anyway, y'all, I think we had a great show. We gave away some tickets. We talked football. We talked basketball. We did our thing. It's your boy K Witt. That's AP Allen Perales. That's my boy Bobby G from Audible Sports Podcast, where life and sports meet culture. That's Uncle Scott from the nursing home. We all here. We're having a great time. We can't wait to see you next Thursday. Thanks again for Brian Middleton, our producer, ESPN 690, Rec Room Sports Show. Let's do it. Wait.
Jello. Not the Jello.
Tapioca. Tapioca night at the home tonight.
We out, y'all.